Oh.
That'll serve Jeff better. In the family hierarchy. You can say at least I'm not that fucking guy. Tattoo on my face, Dad. Take that, Jordan.
God, I hope he listens to this. Welcome back. It's the Unrestricted. Vex, Richard Carnahan, Bob, and our man, our soccer expert, Alamo Heights Ladies head coach, Chris Sharp, with us in studio today. Welcome back, Sharpie.
Thanks for having me back,
And
guys.
happy birthday to you, RC.
Why, thank you.
Richard, did you party?
Not really.
It's not like we're too old for that. Don't make me think that. I know you can still get down.
We can still get down. It was my birthday was on a Monday, so
yeah, that blows. Hey, big stuff to talk about today. The World Cup, obviously, Sharpie. That's why we got you in here. We're down to 8. This is where things get good. I mean, this is where the rubber hits the road. Some excellent matches over the last couple of days, and we want to get to that. But I think we have to start in the NFL where the Dallas Cowboys Sunday night did exactly what I asked of them. After watching Philadelphia earlier in the day punk their opponent and really show their mettle, it was up to Dallas to kind of, I don't know, live up to that, what Philly had set forth.
Slow your roll, Cowboy. It was the Colts.
You know what? The Colts damn near beat Philadelphia like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and they can't play 4 quarters. The Colts can't. They ran out of steam.
Yeah.
But for the first half, their defense was awesome.
Oh, if the Cowboys play a whole game like they played the first half, they lose to any decent football game.
Yeah.
To any decent football team. They suck.
Dak Prescott continually got the teams wrong on who he was passing to. 2 picks.
He should have had 7.
And I'm sorry, the biggest thing to happen for the Cowboys on Sunday happened in California, not in Dallas.
Oh, which was
Jimmy Garoppolo breaking a foot.
We already covered
All right,
this.
here's the hot take.
No, we didn't. It happened on Sunday.
I think Purdy is just as good as Garoppolo.
No.
I mean,
Purdy's pretty good, though.
No. He's a little gamer.
But the path for the Cowboys got a lot easier.
Oh, yes, it
I
did.
mean, it did. There's no doubt about it. It got easier. And the Cowboys, look, they played a dud of a first half. But they got their shit together.
But they played
in the
a pretty
half.
good fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did.
33 points. And I don't care if you hate him or not. That was
RC
impressive.
is staring Bob down in the eyes.
Sure am.
Cowboy fan to 49er fan saying, fuck you.
33 points in 1 quarter.
I mean, would I rather have Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy? Probably Dak Prescott.
Okay, Dak's got to get his shit together. Let's be real about this, guys. He's not playing worth a damn. The defense is coming through. The running game is still there.
How many
times? When is Prescott going to step up and be a top 10 quarterback like he's paid?
Maybe never.
He
But he might not have to.
isn't a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, like he's paid, as I said.
He might not have to.
But how many times did the Colts turn over the ball?
Oh, it's just infinite.
Yeah,
And
I mean, they
Colts
kind
throw
of
the
beat
ball
them.
downfield.
They
They're
beat
a
themselves
miserable
up.
team.
But the first quarter, they were pretty hot.
Well, they're not. Their defense is not bad.
No, their defense is okay. But they can't throw the ball downfield.
And when the wheels fell off, they fell off. And you have to be a good team to capitalize on those openings.
And the Cowboys wound up doing it. So there's that.
I don't disagree with you, but I want to see the Cowboys do that against the Eagles.
Oh,
Well,
look.
No,
I was
so
not
here's
expecting the Cowboys on Sunday night to go put a 50 burger up on a really good team. But it was imperative that they respond in kind to the way Philadelphia had won earlier in the day. They needed to take care of the Colts, make it convincing, and they did.
And to bring this back around to our guest, we had a tie in football on Sunday.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
The Manders and the Giants. Oh, my God.
So much for ties being un-American. If it happens in the NFL, it doesn't count.
Well, it was the commies, so
Yeah.
of course it was a tie.
So they bring OBJ in the other day. Oh, what? Oh, RC's giving me a hand signal. Okay, what? You got breaking news?
Dude, I don't think they're going to sign him.
No shit.
So here's what's up. He was there for 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
Wined and dined. Went to
69.
I hope not. Went to the.
Ooh.
Michael Irvin's not on the team anymore, so we will not discuss any of that.
Troy Aikman neither.
Hey, dude can't be gay. He's got his own beer called the 8.
Biggest rumor in Dallas history in the late 80s and 90s. That was it.
Played ping pong. Won an Olympic gold medal. That ain't retarded. We'll see if you can say the R word on a podcast.
Hey,
We'll see.
I heard the commentators talking about him coming in, and they said that he wasn't even going to touch a ball.
Okay, and so you're on to
Wait a
it,
minute.
Sharpie.
Why do we keep making this sexual? What keeps happening?
No,
Go ahead.
probably Primo should have went down that road.
He wouldn't. He's not working out.
No.
So they're like, that's all cool, but if you can't play this year, we're not signing you.
Well, and
so there is news in the last hour.
Yep,
that
252 center.
OBJ says he can't play until January. There is no way the Cowboys have interest in OBJ if he can't play till January, and I'm not sure that they should even have interest in him if he started playing next week. He's coming back from an injury. They've got Gallup back. Schultz is still a threat. They've figured out finally how to use CeeDee Lamb. Hey, can we applaud the offensive staff for finally figuring out that just because he wears number 88 doesn't mean he runs the same fucking routes as Michael Irvin? Like,
Thank you.
throw him on the jet sweeps, right?
Yes.
Chris, am I onto
Absolute-
something with
You
this?
are.
Get him in the
Absolutely.
flats
Figured it out.
because he's got speed.
They not only did they figure it out, but it just seems like the Cowboys have gelled.
Yeah.
And if you bring Beckham, I mean, that could just blow everything up.
Yeah, you don't want the guy. He just got kicked off an airplane just for
He was
being
tired,
fucking
bro.
weird.
He was tired,
Uh-huh.
bro.
Being reported right now on ESPN as of about an hour and a half ago, and we're recording this at about 6 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
His physical shows that his ACL recovery has not progressed enough to ensure that he would play before mid-January. That's according to Ed Werder from ESPN.
Yeah, that's a no thank you.
That is a
I
big
mean,
no.
and I kind of thought he was a no thank you even before I heard that news, just because it seems like the Cowboys, as you said, Chris, are starting to gel on that side of the ball. Like, at least they know who they are. I'm a big fan of teams in any sport who know who they are and don't deviate from it. And
Good thing the U.S. didn't deviate from who they are.
I was going to throw in the Netherlands looked like they were gelling just
Yeah,
fine.
they
They
are
know-
gelling
they
just
know
fine.
exactly who they are.
Morocco seems to know who they are as they throw up a 0-0 dud,
Yeah.
but a performance that moves them on to the next round, the final 8 by winning in PKs. God, that game sucked, and
Yeah.
it set soccer back. And look, lots of people, my friends who are soccer people, are like, that was a great game, brilliant strategy from Morocco. You know, great. Okay, take a fucking victory lap. It was fucking boring.
It was.
I'm not going to root for boring. I'm not going to root for Morocco. I don't care that they won. I love Spanish football and the way they, tiki-taka has been awesome. Love watching it. And they weren't allowed to do it because Morocco parked the goddamn bus.
They did. And that's what you do against Tiki.
So here,
See, my problem was
Yeah.
is like I felt like we took a big step forward with the Brazil game yesterday.
oh my God, it was amazing.
It
The
was-
brilliance.
yeah,
the,
I mean,
the magic. The
it was
dances, the goals.
crazy.
It was beautiful.
And then we went backwards with this one.
And the French, by the way, the other day showed their medal. And
So did England.
Portugal this afternoon showed
Yeah.
their medal. You're right, England
England.
did too. All of these games have been going, the typical betting line in soccer is over 2.5, right? And all of these games have been going over, and it's been so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then Morocco parks the bus against Spain. And my friends, oh, no, this is what you got to do. You only get every 4 years to have your opportunity to move on. I don't give a damn. It was boring. It's like watching a Floyd Mayweather fight. You can tell me about what I should appreciate about it. It was still boring.
No, I love soccer, That's
You're a soccer guy.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
Yeah.
No, I literally would turn away from the game and do something else because it was so boring.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
And, the minute it went to penalty kicks, same with the Japanese game the other day. The
Ugh.
minute it went to penalty kicks, I knew it was over.
Yeah.
It's just too much of a mountain to climb. What are you looking at me like that for, RC?
How'd you know it was over? I would think that the Spanish would probably have better penalty kickers than the fucking Moroccans.
Well, you would think that, except for the Spanish had been on the attack all game long, frustrated. Like, you can't play 90-plus minutes, 120 plus minutes, and then get to that point and be like, oh, no problem, I'm just putting it in back of net.
The parts that I was watching, and like at the second part of overtime where they hit the post.
Yes.
It was almost to the point where I'm sure you guys have been in games where you're like, nothing's going to go in today.
It's just not my day.
It's just
Yeah,
not going to
that's-
happen.
yeah.
Every
It's
time
the
I play basketball.
strangest feeling.
Every time.
It's the strangest feeling as a player, as a coach. Like, you sit on the sideline and you're like, this shit ain't going to happen.
Yeah, that's how I felt when Spain went to the PKs. It was just like, it's not their day. There's no way they're getting through this. And by the way, the Moroccan goaltender had proved his mettle during the game. And, Spain, well, the
They were
Spanish goaltender, he'd made his saves. But nonetheless, they move on. And now it gets good. Like, the cream has rise to the top. You look pretty excited about this.
Oh, I
Chris.
cannot wait to watch that French-English game.
I mean, that's
Oh, my gosh.
it's going to be good stuff,
Yeah.
dude. So that is probably the highlight match of this round.
Definitely.
If you're looking for another one, okay, doing
Argentina, Netherlands.
okay,
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
so let's run down the bracket real quick for those sitting at home. At the top of the bracket, Netherlands, Argentina. In that same part of the bracket, Croatia, Brazil. The
Is
bottom,
Brazil just going to beat the shit out of them?
yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4-1.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
At
go
the
with
bottom of the bracket, England, France, and Morocco, Portugal. Portugal, who put on an absolute show.
And they
today.
didn't play
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, didn't start him. They brought him in late.
He came in.
Yeah, he did wind up coming into that game when it was already, were they 4 goals up, I think, at the time?
He's
It was
kind of
over.
Did
pissed
you hear about-
everybody off.
Well, did you hear about the guy that started for him?
Yeah, he had 3.
He had 3, and that was and prior to this game, 31 minutes of international experience with the Portugal.
Yeah, he's
national
kind
team.
of a stud.
Yeah.
look
That's
out
what
for
we
him.
need.
Well, can
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
maybe,
we do.
maybe he's got some ancestors?
I
in
was
the
thinking
US?
that as I was watching the match. Like, somebody
sorta-
research. Yes. Research.
Something.
And
Can we get him a job
and
somewhere?
and I heard a weird stat on Ronaldo that he's never scored a goal in the knockout.
It's probably true
Wow, I did not realize that. Interesting.
because
I don't know that he's going to get one.
Is he the Kyrie of international soccer?
Oh, let's not put him all the way to that level.
That's-
But he's a headache.
well,
The Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
close.
well, I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
that he has children, but he never got married, so the children would be his and his exclusively.
Really?
Yes.
That
Good
dude's
night.
all
Okay.
over the place.
He's always reminded me of A-Rod.
A Rod.
Oh,
That's who he's always reminded
nice
me of.
hair
Like, probably has
On
a portrait
steroids.
of himself
over the mantle.
over the mantle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He wants every view to be a mirror view. So
Yes.
there's pictures of him all over the
Yeah,
top.
so over the mantle, over the headboard,
Absolutely. Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
On the
ceiling.
Has a closet of gift bags for the ladies as they leave.
Yeah.
Who was the French striker? His last name started with a B. Black guy from the last round of the World Cup, and he did a statue of himself.
Balotelli.
Balotelli, was that his name?
Yeah.
He had a statue of himself in his own house that was like $250,000 statue with like ruby eyes.
Well, that's like you do get an ice sculpture and do shots off your own dick.
Is that how you
You know,
celebrate it?
you know who Obama Yang is?
No.
Obama Yang is he played at he played at Borussia Dortmund and then he went to Arsenal and
Okay.
he's bounced around. He literally his outfit matches his Lamborghini.
Oh my God.
He's got like 7 or 8 Lamborghinis.
I want some of this.
And
soccer
so like
money.
if it's like purple, he's wearing purple. If it's red, it's red. I mean
Holy
it's
God.
it's
Soccer
it's-
money's incredible.
Oh, it's
And all
stupid.
of this with the news in the background that Ronaldo's going to get $200 million per annum to play in the Saudi league. Holy Moses.
Which makes no sense because his agent was complaining and wanting him, trying to ship him over all over to go to the Champions League teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it's not about the money. And then all of a sudden, he goes
Oh,
to
it's about the
oh,
money.
it's always about
All
about the
money.
Benjamins.
Yeah.
So getting back to the bracket, let's start at the top. Netherlands, Argentina. I think the odds makers have this one as Argentina as the favorites. I don't agree.
No, I don't either.
Argentina has been carried by a couple of very timely Messi goals, and the Netherlands seem like a team poised to make their run this time around.
Yeah, I think so because Argentina is going to build up the attack the Holland team is just going to sit back, absorb it, and then they're going to counterattack with their three monsters up top.
That's what they did so well against the U.S. men's national team.
Absolutely.
And maybe this is where we should bring it towards our own team. But, you know, we attacked. I thought that our first 35, 40 minutes looked really good as we were aggressive and pushing forward.
Yep.
And it was as though the Netherlands were playing rope-a-dope. No, come on. Take the space. The space. We're gonna make you give it up, and we're gonna counter quick, and we're gonna score on you. And they did it 3 times in the game with bad marking from our back line, which was always my biggest fear with this U.S. men's national team, was that we just didn't have the organization in the back, nor the athletes other than Anthony Robinson, to really be able to go up against the great opposition. And the Netherlands, look, they showed how good they are.
Oh, absolutely. Richard and I were talking before you showed up, and we were talking about, to me, it looked like a JV varsity soccer match.
Really?
Yeah, so the JV, which was the U.S. team, was hyperactive. They were counterproductive because of that, because they were trying to go so fast, so quick to try to get in behind.
All force, no vector.
Exactly. And then, you know, the Dutch team would just intercept the ball, and it was just smooth. It was relaxed. It was like, okay, we're going to play to him, and then we're just going to switch the point of the attack.
They're just like, wait for it.
Yeah.
They're tired. Boom.
And you think they can do that same sort of thing against Argentina?
Absolutely.
Really? Wow.
I do.
Look, they have Gakpo up front, who wasn't particularly great against the United States, and when he is great, just teams don't have a guy like him. He's so big, so long, stride length so long, so good with the ball, and top speed is super high. Like I don't think Argentina wins this game. I can't wait to bet it. I think the Netherlands are winning. Post-mortem,
You're plus 135 if you go with the Netherlands to advance.
right? And Argentina's what, like plus
Minus
110?
160.
Yeah, it's not. They're not far off. So it's not an overwhelming favorite type of situation. But I'm going to be taking the plus money. Going back for the postmortem on the U.S. men's national team. I think it's safe to say this was an awesome run for what we expected from a young team. Yeah. I don't think you can walk away disappointed. I think all the commentators, Lawless and Donovan and the rest of the guys, kind of covered all of that, so I don't want to repeat all of that. But as we come out of it, if we go through the players, who do you expect to play a bigger role in 2026, and who could you see being phased out?
My number one pick is Reyna playing a bigger role.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. I think we're going to have to I think Berhalter seriously is going to have to dig deep and find a number 9 up top.
No doubt.
I mean, Tim Ream's out. He's gone.
Aged out.
Yeah.
38 doesn't generally.
Yedlin's out.
Yep.
Morris is out.
What about Sergio Best?
He's going to be in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be in. And plus, then we have those 2 defenders that were out. One was an Achilles, and I think another one was a knee.
Okay.
What about Zimmerman? Will he be back?
No.
Too old?
Too old and not good enough.
Too American.
They're just going to find somebody better.
Yeah.
So we need a 9.
I think the problem is...
And a center back.
Yep.
I think
all I want for Christmas.
I think what the Dutch exposed was the 3 center mid idea. Because if you look, those back post runs that weren't covered was because our center mids have to pick those guys up. And they were running so fast and they were so
spent
is a good word. I don't think we can make a deep run in that kind of formation.
So that's the problem, though, is that seems to be where most of our talent lies.
Right.
Is in the midfield,
I know.
right? And
I know.
You want to get as many of your most talented players onto the field as you possibly can. And it certainly worked in the group stage.
It did.
Worked good enough. But against the highest quality teams, I don't know that that's a winning formula.
No, and we're going to be 4 years older.
Yeah.
And
although we have some young, look, our under 16 team just took down the rest of the under 16 teams.
Is there a 9 on that team?
I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
Well, how do we get Aronson into the game?
Yeah, that's going to be a big question because I think this whole tournament, I thought Aronson should have played up front on the right wing.
Yep.
And I thought Weah should have moved to our 9.
And maybe that happens.
Maybe that does happen.
How old's Weah?
22.
Young. Yeah, he's a
23.
baby. And Aronson's a baby, and Pulisic is a baby. That front line, they're going to
all-
be around.
Yeah.
Aronson's got to play. He
Yeah.
has to play.
Yeah.
And frankly, we need to find a way to better use Yunus Musa, whose on-ball talent is really good, and Adams, who moving forward is dangerous. And then, whatever young players come around that add to that mix, there's going to be a lot more talent vying for these same few spots in 4 years. I mean, it's exciting.
So for the uneducated fan,
Sure.
I mean, 4 years from now, we're in the World Cup because we're hosting it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Automatic.
So for me, what am I watching over the next 4 years to see the progress of this men's national team towards a goal of making it deeper than the first round of the knockout?
International friendlies.
Yeah.
We've got to be playing stronger teams, especially since we don't have to qualify. If we don't start playing the European giants and Asian giants, then we can't play CONCACAF type.
That's a good point.
We got to bring in Argentina. We got to bring in
Bring in
Brazil.
the Netherlands.
Yeah,
Let's
bring
see
in
how
yeah.
we do against them again.
Yeah.
You're
I-
right. That's a great call.
Yeah.
Question, because normally it's not hosted by 3 countries. Do
Yes.
Canada, U.S., and Mexico all get a free pass?
The last time I checked,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Which is going to be really interesting because they're also opening the field up, right? So there's going to be more brackets. So that last game
Yeah.
was so exciting.
Yep.
It won't be.
Interesting.
I know.
I got to look into that.
Yeah.
That's not something I'm aware of. Does Berhalter keep his job? This seems to
He should. I don't think we were outcoached. I think we were just outplayed by better experienced players, higher level.
Why do so many soccer people that are friends of mine say Berhalter's got to go?
Because for most sports,
They're
right?
Americans.
Okay.
The coach's head's always on the chopping block when we lose, right?
Yeah.
On any sport.
Yeah.
It's always the coach's fault. But, I think his plan worked.
Yeah.
I think he did his best he could with what he
What he
had.
was given. What's in the?
I mean, there's
Picture.
questions, right? Like
The
why
Reina question is the big question that
yeah,
lingers.
or why bring Morris?
Yeah.
Like why put Morris in with 8 minutes left? Just a swan song like, "Hey man, thanks for putting in the time and effort in the US system."
I guess.
I mean, come on. I mean, we've got to overlook that. Other countries overlook that all the time.
sure.
Right.
But if you look at Germany, they left a bunch of old guys on the team and they paid for it.
They got
sure
smoked.
They sure did.
But watch what's going to happen. They're going to reboot.
Oh,
Have you read
Das
that?
I knew you were.
Hey,
gonna
there's a great German book. It's actually in English, but it's
Oh, thank God. 'Cause
yeah.
Which
But
German
it's-
book are we talking about?
It's called
Mine.
No, stop it. Stop it. It's called Das Reboot. And
Das Reboot. Okay.
it's
I
about
thought
the
that was a
German
band.
title.
It's about the German national
That's
team.
Du hast.
Du hast. Du hast me.
Danzig.
You know that's "You Hate Me" in German. Did you know that?
I did.
Okay.
Uh,
It's about the German rebuild.
yeah, they rebuilt after their devastating campaign they had back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And they talked about, what they needed to do, how they need to revamp the youth system. They cleaned house of all the coaches and they put up all these national training facilities across the country. They had people in vans. Very odd, but they were driving around watching little kids at the parks.
Those vans
Yeah.
have windows.
I hope so.
Were they
I really
giving
do.
out candy?
I mean, this is terrible. Really? They couldn't have
It
done
was
better
written-
than a van.
No, seriously. I think they were Mercedes, so I think we're okay. Okay.
Nothing bad
Well,
happens
that's
in a
just-
Mercedes.
That- never,
Just don't come
never.
in
And one
Mercedes.
would think they were conspicuously labeled.
Free ice cream.
Ding, 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 ding.
God.
Yeah. But it was really interesting because it talks about their entire campaign from where they were driving around, finding these kids on the playground, on the sand lots, and then saying, hey, you need to come and start training with us. And they found a lot of great players. And the next thing you know, they win the Brazilian World Cup.
So I'm glad you brought that up because the Germans, the last time they faced Brazil in the semifinals 4 years ago, they absolutely put the wood to the Brazilians.
Yeah, they did.
And that Brazilian team was not devoid of talent. They were special. They had looked good. And then they got, was it 8-2? Was that the final?
Yeah.
It was, I think
It was like
8.
6-0 the first 20 minutes.
It was just a murder.
Yeah.
I cannot see this Brazil team falling in any fashion like that.
Oh, no.
However, if you're going to catch Brazil, it's not going to be in the finals. I think you got to get them before that. And I'm looking at the semifinals of Netherlands versus Brazil as an opportunity for the Netherlands to take down Brazil.
Wow.
If the Netherlands beats Argentina
Yes.
and then beats Brazil, they should just give them the cup.
Oh.
They should probably, but they'd still have to go through
England.
England, France,
Oops.
Portugal, probably not Morocco.
Probably not Morocco.
But like Portugal looked amazing today.
yeah.
They played beautiful soccer.
That-
the French look indomitable, and England has quality.
That's a term that I like.
The scary part about Brazil,
Quality.
the scary part about Brazil is they play that 4-3-3 system, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it really turns into like a 4-2-4.
Yeah. Neymar
Neymar gets all the way forward, and it's just like the other day when I was watching the game, it was like a practice session.
It looked like it.
I mean, what was it? The second goal, what's his name, scored where he bounced it off his head 3 times and then flicked it back to himself.
Richarlison.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then just buried it in the back. It's like,
That
really?
was insane.
That's
Really?
just showing off.
It
It should be illegal.
That's
was-
Brazilian. That's not showing off. That's just Brazilian.
I can't believe.
German would not do that.
No, they probably would not.
No.
No.
No
You're right.
individual.
No.
We're a
Yeah, the
team.
Swiss, they probably wouldn't do it either.
merely just cog in the machine. That was Russian. Sorry.
If he dies, he dies.
Okay, so I am looking at the odds. Do y'all want to take a guess as to the lines on the remaining teams? Like who the favorites are?
Okay.
Go for it. Go for it.
Brazil.
Who do you think the favorite is?
Of these 8, who the favorite
Of
is?
these 8. Yep.
I'm going to say it's either France or Brazil.
Take a pick.
I'm going with Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's not close. It's
Yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah.
They're
But that
plus,
just comes with history.
they're plus 150. France plus 375. So you might look at that as they have half the chance of Brazil. England, Argentina, and Portugal are all plus 575. So the odds makers think they all have the exact same amount of chances to win.
But-
And then the Netherlands are a plus 1,400.
So here's what I'd do if
Okay.
I was a man of,
Mr. Vegas.
yeah, if I had some disposable income, if you will.
Yeah.
Put $1,000 on the Netherlands.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Just let it ride.
Now, I don't have $1,000 to throw around, but I think it's a great idea.
I mean, it's so crazy, it just might work.
Now, you mentioned the problem there is they're going to have to beat Argentina, then Brazil,
And then for dessert,
yes, a French pastry probably.
a high
I like that.
a high quality team.
Yeah,
But, I think we should be talking about the English team, even though I don't like them.
Because their teeth are bad.
Because they burned down Washington, D.C. in 1812.
Exactly.
yeah.
But the thing that scares me about England is their bench.
Are they salty?
Yes.
Very, very
If
salty.
if these 3 aren't working up top, they can put in another group of 3 that are just as dangerous or probably even more dangerous because they're more hungry.
Just a line shift.
Oh, my
like
God.
in hockey.
Yeah.
They do have depth.
they
They
do.
do have depth.
I
It's
saw
scary.
Harry Kane wants to kick in the NFL.
Does he really? I
Yeah.
didn't read that.
Yeah.
No kidding. I'd
Yeah.
like to see him give it a shot.
Hasn't he been over with the Patriots or something?
I
And
don't
he was,
know.
and he was goofing around with them
Just
during spring training or
Hanging
something.
out with Kraft down in Florida.
At a massage parlor?
I mean, hanging out with friends,
European Speedo on the beaches. Yeah.
having a crisp.
Do you want to call your winner, Chris?
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be England.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. I am surprised to hear you say that.
I thought you were going to say Brazil.
I did too. I was sure of it.
No.
Where does Brazil run into a problem? And how?
I think they're going to get too full of themselves.
That's always a possibility with those guys.
Yep.
looking dancing in the
little
street
too
like
much
they're
dancing.
like they're David Bowie and Mick Jagger. That was really good.
That
dude.
was good.
I've been there during
You have?
Carnival.
Carnival.
But not in Rio, but in Fortaleza.
Nonetheless,
It was still
I'll bet it was dope.
good.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Pretty good.
I think a regular party in Brazil would be pretty
Yeah.
damn good.
Yeah, just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Brazil gets full of themselves.
Yeah.
They look like they may have some problems at the back.
They do.
Like they get a little cocky.
Yeah.
They hold on to the ball a long time. They
Yeah.
might be prone to a mistake in the back. The problem is they're going to score 3 goals.
Oh, it'll be a scoring
Right.
fest. It'll be exciting.
I have a hard time seeing a matchup against any of these other great teams where they don't put 3 in the net.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just that talented up top. So the other team's going to have to get 4.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
3 in PKs.
Yeah, there you go. Could be that.
How about you?
Who
are you going
it's
with?
Brazil.
Brazil?
Well, it ain't Morocco.
What about-
Screw those
what about
guys.
Bob?
Hope they lose by 1,000,000.
I'm going Netherlands.
Good
All
for
right.
you.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. That would be good for my wallet, as I have them at plus 2,000 from the beginning of the tournament.
It'll make the U.S.
Ayo.
feel better.
Yeah.
That is something that
We lost
can
to the
hold our
winner.
own.
We lost to the winner.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the ultimate colonizer on this list, England.
Okay.
I mean, every other one is a colonizer on this list, and they colonize the other one. So I'm going to go England.
That's awesome.
A Portugal-Brazil match might be interesting. They were colonizers. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
That would be next round, right? Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah. I just don't think Portugal has the guns.
I don't think so either, but God's sakes, they look good today.
They did, but who were they playing?
Yeah, true.
That's the problem.
I mean, the Swiss weren't bad. I mean, people thought the Swiss would give them problems.
You know what's
But they
wrong with
crept.
the Swiss? They just won't take a side. Real non-committal, those guys.
But
Should
really
I
good
pass
chocolate.
it?
Really good
Should I
chocolate.
go?
Yeah.
You can
Nice
drink
watches, too.
here.
No, they're
Precision.
And knives.
Precision.
big on keeping Jewish money from the Holocaust. I'll tell you about that.
Let me tell
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute.
Sorry to my Swiss friends. Oh, wait, I don't have
What are you talking about?
They're equal opportunist bankers.
any. Oh, man. You realize we're going to have to get my brother in this studio after the World Cup is over.
Yes.
To tell us about his Qatari experience.
Oh, I want to
right?
hear that so
Yeah,
bad.
I know.
Is he
Can't
back?
wait. No, hell no.
Oh, he
he's
did
not
his
even back
tour?
for another week.
Oh my!
no,
God.
Was
he's
he over
still
there
in
the
Thailand.
whole? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was there.
Because it makes sense to go to Thailand to cool down.
Yeah,
Right,
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 yeah.
exactly.
And it's on the way back.
It's on the way back.
Where in the world is Carmen Santiago? He might come back with a relative.
I mean, he's using it like the check stop on your way to Dallas. You know? Oh, we can just stop here in West Texas for a kolache.
Gee.
No, it's the opposite way.
So normal middle class Texans were stopping at Buc-ee's. He's going to Thailand.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
I hope it's not like The Hangover. He comes back with the facial tattoo.
I hope he does come back with a facial tattoo.
Nothing will surprise me, Sharpie.
Oh.
There's-
That'll serve Jeff better. In the family hierarchy, he can say at least I'm not that fucking guy. I have a tattoo on my face, Dad. Take that, Jordan.
God, I hope he listens to this.
Because that's the cold open.
One of the things that I noticed about this World Cup, and it makes soccer different, is how much interaction there is between the players and the fans. After the men's team lost, to see Weston McKennie, Costa was up there, a couple other guys were up among the American fans and their own families, by the way. But
Right.
that is just something you would never see, man.
No.
You would never see that in football. And I think that is so special and so cool. And, you know, obviously players applauding their group of fans at the end of games, win or lose. I think that that is cool stuff.
I do too.
Oh, and the Japanese coach went
Yeah,
back out
bowed.
onto the pitch and bowed to
Bowed.
his fans.
Mhm.
I love it. I love it. It's hard not to love the World Cup. I have been in too many arguments lately with people who argue to me that it's boring or that soccer sucks. Fucking get over it, man. Like, that is such a passé, hackneyed opinion. Get into it, or just go away.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
yeah, and
It's
and,
just going to get bigger now with more
Yep.
teams.
Yep.
yeah, and I think even for those that think that soccer as a general rule for them is boring and all those things, the World Cup is something to watch every 4 years. It's just like the Olympics.
Sure.
I'm an Olympics nerd. Every time the Olympics come around, I'll watch whatever is on. I'll watch the whitewater rafting.
I won't.
Wow. Not me.
Negative.
Yeah.
You can have that.
Did you watch curling?
Oh, I love
I
curling.
actually very much like curling. I watched a curling documentary a couple of weeks
I
ago.
really
is
think that could be my Olympic sport.
Hey, is it
Was
really?
it the one on Netflix?
Yeah, I'm out on the Olympics, particularly the Winter Olympics. The Summer Olympics, yeah, I'm gonna watch them, but like they don't.
Summer
bring,
Olympics, I watch the Spurs.
I tell you what,
but
when
they don't bring the kind of joy to me that the World Cup brings.
it, you know what
It
though,
doesn't have the festive atmosphere.
when I was growing up in that Lake Placid one,
Oh,
The
sure.
winter one?
holy shit, that was
1980?
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
when we beat the Ruskies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was so cool because now you have like speed skating. Let's take that for instance. In Lake Placid, it was outdoors.
Yeah.
And now it's indoors, climate controlled. It's just not the same.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I
And
you know,
and plus now we have professionals playing the hockey, and that
it's
sucks.
just nowhere near as good as the World Cup. And,
No.
and for all of the American sports fans who say there's not enough scoring, there's not enough excitement, bullshit. I mean, these games
Oh,
are ending in high scoring affairs,
Yeah.
back and forth play. Really, truly, I have watched every single World Cup match to this point,
Yep.
except for one. It was England's first round game. That's the only game I've missed. And every single game until this Morocco game this morning, has been awesome to watch, except that game.
I agree.
It's the only dud.
Quickly, we were supposed to get into the Spurs.
Oh, because they've lost 11 in a row?
They're doing what they're
You
supposed to do.
want to really end on a high note here?
Honest tanking.
Stick with the plan.
Yep, it's the honest tank. They've only won one of their last 16. Things in the NBA standings have finally normalized. You know, Golden State is winning. The Spurs are losing. Everything is where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
And I think you see the Spurs, you know, with the third worst record in the league and falling,
Yeah.
we're going to be in that bottom 2 or 3. Orlando has the worst record in the league right now, but Orlando has injured players. They've got talent, and they've got a reason to go for it because they've got good young players. They probably have the rookie of the year in Banchero. So I don't think they're going to get any worse. Oklahoma City's too good.
Can we be shittier than Houston?
Houston has more talent than we do.
We are right now.
Well, we're tied with them.
No, 6-18. Houston 7-17.
Oh, sorry.
So are we last place in the West?
We are last place in the West.
Ole, 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 ole. We suck again.
This is what we
I
want.
believe we can lose.
Yes, yes. That is the Spurs mantra this year. And Coach Pop can take all the time he needs with whatever ailments he needs. And the way the Spurs are doing it, where they're rotating players who are injured and giving them time off, it's the honest tank, man. This is great. This is exactly what we
Stick
want.
to the plan.
Do not deviate.
Do not deviate from the plan.
We're going for Victor. and
Like the
this is how we
Netherlands.
do it.
Just
I
like
l-
the
I
Netherlands.
love it when a plan comes together.
Thanks, B.A. Baracus. No, but tonight, shout out, and I haven't watched them. Longhorns are playing Illinois.
It's going to be a great game.
I'm
So,
excited.
That started just a few minutes ago. Illinois, by the way.
It's legit.
Well, yeah. You know who their best player is? Texas Tech transfer. Oh,
Ah.
it just kills me. Just kills me. Speaking of transfers, today was the first day of the transfer portal.
There's like
in
400
college.
players.
There's a
Oh my God,
thousand.
it's awesome.
There's a thousand.
Okay, how do you guys feel about that?
I can't stand it.
Really?
No, I really can't. I totally understood it during COVID. I totally understand switching schools when the coach says, you know, forget you guys, I'm leaving Jackson State and going to Colorado.
Well, he
right?
took his kids with him.
Yeah, I understand it in certain circumstances. But if you look at the Big 12 basketball, and I covered this a couple of shows ago, where you have guys going from Iowa State, Iowa State's point guard last year was newcomer of the year in the Big 12. Now he's the starter at Texas. Okay. Texas Tech's 2 best players last year. Now one is a starter for Kansas. The other is the best player at Illinois. It drives me bananas. Even to go in conference, it just you should have to sit out a year if you want to stay in conference. I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's bizarre.
1,000 kids.
Well, I mean,
College football.
I am totally okay with it. I am totally okay with it. Just for the reason where you mentioned it. If a coach can walk from freaking Texas and Austin and go up to Norman and coach in Oklahoma, same conference, same damn time zone, the kids should be able to do it too.
Those kids should. Not every other kid.
No, because those coaches have the opportunity to do it whenever.
They're professional. They're professionals. They have a job just
Uh,
like the
Well,
we're all-
college players are
I'll tell you
pretty
what I
close
did.
to professionals.
I'll tell you what I did do. I ordered a Bijan mustard T-shirt.
Did you really?
It's freaking cool.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I think he's going to be at the Heisman Trophy ceremony, don't you?
He wasn't invited.
He did not.
It's all quarterbacks.
The window closed on that.
It's four. It's
It's
four.
4 quarterbacks, 3 in the CFP, 1 not.
Yep.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad the Spurs are heading in the right direction.
They're doing what they're supposed
The
to.
Longhorn basketball team is legit. Watch them; they're going to beat the shit out of Illinois tonight
I like
at
it.
Madison Square Garden, which is pretty neat.
That
Yeah.
is cool.
And I'm going to go watch Alamo Heights Mules play some basketball.
Let's go.
How about that freshman?
Coach
Hey,
Sharp, it's insane. Coach Sharp, how are your girls doing?
We're doing great. We got our first scrimmage this coming up Saturday.
Good
Awesome.
luck.
Are y'all ready to
Godspeed.
roll?
We're ready.
Awesome.
It was
Hey,
great.
thank you very much for
Hey,
thank
talking
you,
World
Coach.
Cup with us. And
Absolutely.
it ain't over yet. We got another week left, so we'll have you back next week. Talk
Fantastic.
some more stuff. Thanks for joining us on the Unrestricted, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
How y'all feel out there? Do you feel good? I said, do you feel good? Come on. The groove feel good when it make you move. Make your next move your best move. I said the groove feel good when it make you move. Make your next move your best move. It feel good, don't it? It feel good.